Hello, everyone. Okay. If you are watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. All right. Let's let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. Trying to see where I can put this so I can see. Okay. Um, okay, I see Kalondra, Kyla, and Veronica. Anybody else coming on in? Come on in, come on in. This is Coach Jay. Happy Sunday, happy autumn. It's autumn, my favorite season. Oh, it's my favorite season. I absolutely love autumn. I love fall. So yes, 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 yes. It's my favorite season. Um, this is Coach Jay. I am a business and leadership coach. So what I do is that I work with women solopreneurs and experts to start and scale an online education business using authoritative content so they can build relationships and attract amazing clients into their business. And of course, I believe in helping women with building a business that supports their lifestyle. And I do believe this is the age of the contrarian. Okay, so the age of contrarian, and the contrarian are the individuals that get people to think. Okay, contrarians get people to get up and take a hard look at themselves and say, okay, I got to change my life. I have to change my life. I have to get it together. I got to make it happen. That is a must. So, can y'all hear me in the mic? Is the mic on? Is the mic on? Okay. Is the mic on? Um, Give me some hearts. Feel free to share this live with anybody that you know that would need it. Um, And again, get y'all a podcast mic. Y'all they look, you better get them now before everybody start look, before everybody start getting them. Y'all they like $30. Because I've had some of y'all like, where do you get that from, coach? Yeah, Amazon. Just put in podcast mic and get you a mic. They got gold ones, they got white pretty ones, they got black pretty ones, they got the black one with the gold, they got silver. Yes, Courtney, that's what I'm talking about. Go get y'all a podcast mic. I should have had one a long time ago, but procrastinating. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this is really easy to set up too. I don't have an Amazon market. I really probably need to set up an Amazon store. I've been kind of, procrastinating, says the business coach. But it's really easy to set up. Like I literally, got mine and I was able to set it up real quick. So yay. That's what I'm talking about, Ariel. She said, Veronica said, I got yesterday. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. Let's talk about offending our audience. Yes. The ones that say, "Oh, the trigger, may the trigger come alive, baby. I need to see them raised from the dead, baby. I need to see the trigger to rise from the dead. Okay. So anyway, um, so today we're going to talk about how to really, really, really get our people to wake up, to get our people to wake up. So right now there is sort of a a call to content that is going to encourage people to think while we still can and have the ability to use our personal freedoms online, our ability to the freedom of speech is still on the table, right? Our liberties are definitely being questioned. And so you need to take out this time and get it together while there is time. While there is time. And a lot of y'all are taking too much time because you want to be perfect and you want everybody to be your friend and you want everybody to be, I just want to build, stop. Okay. Stop. Hey, Sasha. Yes. Just like these people need help. There are already so many collective communities of suffering. Okay. There's so many collective communities of people that want to do the absolute minimum. I was in a Facebook group and I saw a post about, is there really a soft life without hard work? And I'm like, oh, here we go. It's one of them femininity groups. And one of the things I said was, I mean, you have to create your soft life if you don't have one, or you can always get a generous provider man or sugar daddy. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, boo. And she was like, but it's, overworking. It's, I was like, you don't have to overwork to create the soft life. You do need to work. I mean, this is capitalism. I mean, this is a society where unfortunately there is a gateway between you as a human being with a soul and abundance because the planet is full of everything we need to survive and to be healthy. But unfortunately, the men that won the war put a paywall between us and nature. So they denatured us to rely on making money, making a made up currency in order to give to someone, in order to access abundance. Okay. Like the earth is always plentiful. Right. So women are afraid to like be labeled as masculine because you have to work. I mean, that's just what it is. But, but, this is the thing though. Working is not really working when you are doing something that you actually enjoy. Will it be nice every single day? Will you have a good day every day? No. Will you have everybody happy for you? No. Every day is not going to be the best day, but you can have joy every single day. You do the boring stuff now, quote unquote, so that you can live a joyful life. And that's why I tell people, like as a coach, I have clients, I have coached so many hundreds of clients over the past 4.5, 5 years and on a full-time basis. And I've always told women, like, I want you to like focus on having a joyful and fun life. Your business is a machine. There is nothing quote unquote fun about running a machine. The machine is the business. However, you working with your clients is amazing. Like you do have times where you're communicating with your clients and you're showing them strategies, etc. However, there is a cost to being free. You can either work for someone and build their empire, or you can take those skills extracted from the system that taught you, because everybody wasn't made to we weren't all trust fund babies, unfortunately. I wasn't, right? So as a result, because I had to get it from that space, I had to possibly, if you could look at it from this lens, go back a class to jump up a class. And those are one of the hardest things to do. People don't realize, like, you have to jump classes. You have to go from middle class, possibly go back to a lower middle class or poverty and jump up, because it is so hard for many people to build from the upper middle or the middle class. It's hard for people to do that because you are scared you're going to lose something. A lot of y'all are scared you're gonna lose some. That's why you playing it safe, doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there. I don't want people to talk about. I don't want to feel like I'm. You got to jump classes because it's a program. Middle class are all about. I don't want to look poor. I don't want to look like that people are gonna, I don't want to look like I'm struggling because I've always no. This is why you have a lot of rags to riches stories. And anybody that tells you that you don't have to be rags to riches, there are a lot of people that had to lose everything in order to gain because you have nothing else to lose. I'm going off on a tangent here, so let me come back. So either you're going to go all the way, either you're going to go all the way, or you're going to just do the minimum. And this is why a lot of people in the middle class don't go far and they burn out quicker because they're trying to maintain a job. They're trying to maintain this image. They're trying to maintain their credit. Because to be honest, if you took away credit, you can't. You got a huge balance on this car. You got a huge balance on this house. Like it's a real life imaginary class because everything is built on credit. That's the reason why the middle class gets a chance to stay there in the middle class. And so they're doing just enough to stay in a perspective of image. Absolutely, it's performative. So if I am going to be a coach in 2024, going into 2025 and further, right? If I don't quit, right? I have got to start thinking about my audience. I got to start thinking about what does my person need to see? What do they need to hear? What do they need? Right? What do they need? How do I help them? You got to start thinking about that. Mm-hmm. And you have to start understanding that your people don't need to be coddled. They don't need to be coddled. Their backs don't need to be rubbed. Okay. They need to be pushed into their destiny. And how are you doing that? What are you doing to do that? Through your content. So with that being said, I had a post that went, I guess you could say, semi-viral according to Facebook. And it's been shared over 100 times. Every now and then I will shake the tree, and there is a strategy to this, and this is probably what y'all need to probably write in your notes. Relationships is one of the most obsessed topics. People are very obsessed over relationships, and that is to be said that is Piscean consciousness that's leaking. Okay, it's still Piscean consciousness. There's a lot of us that's still kind of in and out, in and out, in and out. Piscean consciousness is you can't do anything without me, and I can't do anything without you. You know, these are the people that need somebody to need them. Amen, somebody. These are people that are addicted to mattering. And I can't wait for tomorrow. The Contrarian Collective meets tomorrow. Shameless plug. We're gonna do a part 2 to the Great I Am, and this is gonna be awesome. So if you are interested in joining us in the collective, the Contrarian Collective, where we're talking about spiritual, emotional mastery, regulation of the nervous system, understanding identity, understanding our belief systems, and reframing our belief systems to fit where we're going, not where we came from. We're not going backwards, we're going forwards. There's the link. I just put it in the comment section. Get in the Contrarian. Okay. Anyway, shameless plug, back to regular schedule programming. So let's talk about real quick what does it mean to offend? What does it mean to offend? Okay, this is class. Go ahead and get some notes. To offend means to cause someone to feel. You see, that word feel is very crucial. Feel is emotions, and feel is by way of perception, which means that you'll have 80% feeling like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Oh my goodness, I really felt this. Oh my goodness, I feel like she's, she understands my problem. And then you're going to have 10 to 20% that's saying, oh my God, how dare she? I mean, I don't know. Like, this kind of content is stupid. Like, why would you say this? And what's the problem? Right? Raven, we can't be called a boo-boo. She's, I want to be called a sometimes. Look, and Raven, look, because I used to feel the same way, y'all. I used to be like, I just want to, Let me tell you what you do. What you do is that you put everything in place, right? Your systems and everything in place. Get your business together, right? Build. Oh, but give yourself 5 to 7 years. Y'all be giving up too fast. 5 to 7 years. Go all in for the next 5 to 7 years. Retire, right? 5 to 7 years. And then you could be as coddled as you want to, because you've been coddled yourself. Look at that. You've been and built a soft life. That's what we're trying to get y'all to do. Like, we trying to live in our feminine permanently. Amen. Permanence, not permanent underclass, permanent in our feminine. 5 to 7 years. Go all in 5 to 7 years. And the reason why I say 5 to 7, because it may take you a couple of times to get it right, because you like, girl, you building the life. That's all I'm saying. Permanent. Yes, Calandra, permanent abundance. Okay, so to offend means to cause someone to feel upset, insulted, pleased, typically because of something you said or did that challenged their belief, values, or sensitivities. Write those 3 things down. Am I challenging my audience's belief, values, and sensitivities? That's a word. Beliefs, values, and sensitivities. That's just not pain points. That's to trigger or to make them feel like, oh, how dare she? I've been doing it wrong all this time, or this and the third. In the context of content creation, though, when it comes down to content, especially when you are, addressing thought-provoking content or thought-provoking topics and trends and things of that nature, the offense that your people can feel when people perceive a message as you being a little abrasive, or, like you're dismissive a little bit of their worldview of how they see the globe and society and topics and the news and politics and all that. When you are doing those things, it can feel like I'm being attacked, but really I am being called to think about my belief system, because my belief system is probably what's holding me back from progressing forward. Everybody want to balance. I don't want to be to this and to that. But you resonate with that though, because I have had people in my inbox over in the morning last night, you know what, I just love this content and I want to, I want to write like this too, but I sometimes get so nervous about people. I said, but you're here. The offense that you feel, or the inspiration that you feel, or the challenge that you feel brought you here to look to the point where you didn't got so emotional. And now here we go. You didn't came in my inbox and said, but it's challenging you to think. Ariel says, I love getting DMs from people who say my content is changing their lives, but they were super triggered at first. Absolutely. Those are the best. I love it. There are some people that trigger me too. I'm telling you, hey, because if you could trigger me to the point where I just turn you off for a little bit because you didn't mess me up, you good. You good. Because at this particular point, you have to really think about like, how can I have a quote unquote balance, right? Have a quote unquote balance. So let's go back to the beginning. To offend means to cause someone to feel upset, insulted, or displeased, typically because of something that you said or did that challenges their beliefs, their values, or their sensitivities. Okay. Finding the strength and finding the courage to trigger your audience comes with a little bit of work. And then some people will say things like, well, I'm not there. And I feel like if I tell people what I am thinking, then I feel like I am out of line. I'm out of order. And it's not that you're out of order. You're not out of order. You can grow with your clientele or grow with your audience. But the thing is, they don't know your business. You know your business and it's conviction. But a lot of times you will heal as you heal others. Do you not understand that? Do y'all got that? You heal as you heal other people. Because what you're doing is talking out your thoughts, and your higher self is actually speaking through your content. That's a word right there. That's a word. Your higher self is actually speaking to you through. I always tell people, like, out of your mouth should come God. You got to get people to a place where they look themselves in the mirror and say, hold on. Stay authentic and powerful in it. So your content should have some reflection on your core values and beliefs, even if it challenges people to do so, because even when you are writing content and you're challenging people, you're challenging yourself. Many times, even the content that you're writing is back to you. The word is a double-edged sword. It's Sunday. Let's preach. The word is a double-edged sword. The word that comes out of your mouth has it cuts them and it cuts you. It's a two-way thing. You convict yourself even in your own content. That's a word. So it's not just to them. That word is also for you, because you need to be reminded where you came from. And you also need to be reminded where you're going and why you're here. Because you forgot that you ain't going to ever reach self-actualization until you start progressing towards that and taking people along the way. They got to become self-actualized as well. And that's in your mission to help people with that. Entrepreneurship is a spiritual assignment. Some of y'all that started following me from that line itself. Absolutely, Colin. She said running a business is such a spiritual experience. It's a spiritual assignment. That is the one place where you get to call that is not as though it was. And that's a scripture too, all in itself. that you get to call something that's not visible in your human experience to fruition, to materialization. And from there, that's why a lot of people, you can have ideas all day, but it don't mean anything if you don't have strategy. Strategy is the business. Execution is a part of it. But women, we have to stop allowing ourselves to make all these excuses of why we can't, and then looking at everybody else that's moving and doing and going and making it happen, and stop looking at them as, oh, she's exhausting herself. She's exhausting herself. No, that woman she's on a mission. The mission ain't always gonna feel good to the body. It's gonna be some days you're gonna want to sit down and do nothing, but you know that the longer you sit down, the sharper and the faster you're gonna spiral out. You're gonna lose momentum. That's why you got to keep the momentum. It's easy to just look at something and say, oh, I don't feel like working today. I don't feel like working today. You don't feel like working today because you feel like that if you keep working towards the goal, you're gonna lose yourself. That's the whole point. You lose the old self and you're gaining a new self as you're going. That wasn't in my notes. Let me come back. Understand who your content is for. Know your people. Ain't nobody, coach, ain't nobody that's saying that to my content. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's. The reason why nobody's saying anything because you got a whole lot of people that knew you in your old life that's in your content right now. That's in your followers. Y'all got to stop holding on to people that ain't ready to watch you grow. Everybody ain't ready to watch you go on. I told you you're running a business. You're not running a community service something. This is business. 80 to 90% of the people are going to be people that you don't know that's going to come to you and pay you. You got to get used to that. So you got to get to know the audience. Like, what type of audience do you want? I told myself that I wanted to build an audience of thinkers. I wanted to build an audience of women that wanted to think, that wanted to come out of that arrested development, emotional, stunted state and move into healing from that and step into their purpose. Stepping into your purpose can hurt. Your message should be clear on that. And the people it's meant for, it's going to catch. People appreciate direct tones and direct messages. They appreciate directness. Those who disagree are going to self-select themselves out. That's good. Those who disagree will see themselves out of the door. They're not going to want to say where they're offended. And many times the triggered are a part of your ideal client base. They're just not ready to face that yet. You'll be surprised. That's why I say they always come back. The triggered always come back. They'll block you, and then a year later, here they come. Don't let me go here. It's like I've always said, you can't get no far. You can't get far without me. You can't go to your next level until you come by way. Look, you are Christ to somebody. I ain't say the Christ. I said you are Christ to somebody. I am the way, the truth, and the light. You can't get past me and go to your self-actualization until you meet me first. I'm a part of your path. You can borrow that. You can borrow that because that's the essence. Everybody, you're called. When they say many are called and few are chosen, the chosen decides to be obedient. That's all that is. When I'm called to challenge and to bring people into a space where they can learn and grow and actualize. You can't go to sleep at night. You're going to go to that job every single day and be mad at yourself. You're going to go to that job and meet them bosses, and they're going to give you the runaround. They're going to make your life a living hell to the point where you like Mondays, you're going to be crying. Sunday nights, your whole mood is going to just leave your body just because you're in the wrong place. You're not moving. And many of y'all want God to move, or the divine to move, or the creator to move, the universe to move before you do. And that's not how this works. You take the first step. Y'all waiting on somebody to come and bring it to you. You get confirmation after confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. You get dreams. You get people coming up to you and telling you that you should be doing this and that you need to stop running away from your call and you need to stop running away from your business. And girl, I could see you doing this and I could see you doing that. And I'm just saying, you was in my dream. I've had so many people to have dreams about me being in a space, but I'm going to tell you what dream that made me get up and run. When my daughter told me, we were living in Texas. She was like 7 or 8 years old, 6, 7, 8. I think she was like 7 or 8 years old. And she said, Mommy had a dream that you were talking to a whole lot of women and you were in a room and it was so many women. My daughter didn't even know what coaching was. Like she didn't know what all this stuff was. My daughter told me that dream. I just went in the bathroom and wept. Not cried, baby, wept. And I'm talking about one of them. Because I knew. And from the mouths of babes. That's all I'm saying. The children ain't gonna lie to you about your call. Cause see, if everybody's message to you is going into deaf ears and you just, oh girl, I'm just child, I'm just trying. It's the children that got to come to you. And when the children come to you, you can't deny that. It's gonna come from a place that you weren't even understanding that's how does child know this? These babies understand. They're still connected to the realm of spirit. Stop diluting the message. Stop diluting your content to fit other people's expectation and acceptance. You got to stop doing that. Because people pleasing leads to a very watered down, lukewarm audience that really are just, you're just going to blend in. This is the reason why content is everything. If you can get people with that, you can get people anything. That's why I show people exactly what the frameworks are. I've had so many people to buy or purchase the Digital LeadHer authoritative writing system. And that's my best-selling course. And I'm telling you, people are getting sales, they're getting clients, they're getting opportunities, they're getting contracts from that course. But you've got to learn. Writing, did y'all know that digital writing, content writing is one of the top 10 wealth earning skills of going into 2024, 2025? Why is that? Content and not just video, because now we're shifting into longer forms of content that's going to keep people on the apps longer. But don't be writing and creating content to just blend in with people because you're afraid that somebody is going to block you. That person that's going to block you cannot take what spirit is trying to give them. They have to leave. But the ones who are going to rise up to the occasion and listen, they're going to be inspired, they're going to be motivated, and they're going to be activated to take action. And the next thing I want you to do is challenge ideas, challenge beliefs, challenge thoughts, challenge mindsets. Y'all quiet. When you don't know what to post, you haven't talked to enough people. This is content right here in the comment section. Did y'all? That's why a lot of y'all don't go live. A lot of y'all don't talk to your people. A lot of y'all post content. You don't go and engage with nobody. You just look on people's content and just, oh, that was good. And you keep scrolling. This is the reason why your stuff ain't growing. You don't engage with anybody. I'm going to say that again. You don't engage. You don't even engage with your own audience. You post and you run. You're not Beyonce. You're not Beyonce. You know, Beyonce posts and she go on. You have to engage with your people. Okay. That's how you keep the algorithm be nice to you if you be nice to it. Social media means social. Social media means to engage with people's content. I get people that look at my content on TikTok and don't like it. They don't say anything in the comments. These are the times where you literally can get clients. People start paying attention to what you say in the comments. Instead of posting GIFs, right? Instead of posting, write a thoughtful comment, ask questions to engage more. This is why, like, some of y'all be trying to get that Facebook performance bonus. Like, you hear about people getting that bonus. That's because a lot of people post a lot of crap. But guess what they do? If you go in the comment section, they're responding to every single person. That is a part of it. Engage with people. You ain't got to cuss people out in your content. You don't have to do that. I tell people, like, you need to create content in alignment to the type of clients that you want to bring in. I don't have to cuss I don't have to cuss you out to get you to listen. If you want to cuss in your content, you go right ahead. But that's anxiety to me. I don't want, I don't have to do that. There's some people that will do that. I don't. My private life is my private life. And do I cuss in real life? No. I don't have a potty mouth unless you make me mad, but you'll never see it on here, right? You'll never see it on here. So you have to think about, like, what do I want to bring to the forefront as a creator, right? Because content is content. It's literally one of the easiest ways to bring on people into your experience. It's really one of the best ways for women, because writing, here we go. Writing is a divine skill. Don't you know that's the one place where you can actually take thought and put it into a manifestation of a language so that other people can understand? It's a language that you're speaking. So when you write, especially when it's methodical, especially when it's thoughtful, it's intentional. Y'all get me? Y'all with me? When I'm teaching from the perspective of intent, when I'm gathering facts and gathering data, because we still are in an evidence-based society, people want to know proof. What is the backing? Where's the evidence? Because there's got to be somebody higher than you to provide some type of evidence. for you to have this thought process and to have this opinion and this perspective. Where did you get this from? Because there got to be somebody with higher authority than you to think of this. That's the kind of society we live in. So I can't come with a thought because people don't see me in that way yet. But let me get to the place of Lisa Nichols. I won't have to. Let me get to the place of Brenda Burchard. I won't have to. Let me get to the place of Marie Forleo. I won't have to. Oh, y'all. Let me get to the place of Tony Robbins. I won't have to. So instead of saying, I know offensive messes with people. I don't want to be offensive, coach. You don't have to be offensive, but you do need to be a contrarian. You do need to be constructive. You can push boundaries without alienating your people. You can push boundaries without putting people in a painful space. Offend, it doesn't have to be getting people to a place where they are just disgraced and disgusted at your content. You want to get them to a place where they're being constructively challenged. And you can use empathy. That's what makes you a soul. That's what brings you back into the human, right? Is that when you bring yourself into human, you become empathetic. Like, I've been where you are. I'm writing from that place. I'm writing from the place of I've been there. Don't you know you only need to know 10%, 5 to 10% more than your audience to be able to teach it? You got college professors that teach business and have never ran a business before. They just have knowledge. Everybody started at zero. Absolutely. Asala says, I would think your content has to be true to the creator first before anyone else. Absolutely. If the content is not challenging those three areas, right? The beliefs, the mindset, those pieces, am I truly in a space where I am motivating and inspiring people to do something with their life? I want your content to almost be like a mini university. I want to get to a place where people turn on notifications for your content, because every time that you post, they need to go look at it. If my content is not making you follow me and follow what I say, I'm not there. That's how. That's how intense this is. You got to get to a place where people love your content so much that they just be like, girl, you have got to look at this girl. This coach is just, every time she go live, I got to be on. Every time she posts, I saw people saying that they were going to print out my post yesterday. They was like, I'm just going to take this to Kinko's coach and just print this out and put it every time I want to. I'm just going to read it. That's impact right there. And I'm going to give you a little tip. That post brought in a lot of leads. So you back up your points with facts, data, personal experience. Well researched. So all of y'all that's planning content today, because see, today is my content planning day as well. Make sure you're backing it up. You're an authority. You're a leader. Act as if. Be that. I've just been seeing Jay just because I read. There was a lot of people that talked about how long the post was. It was like, this is way too long. That was intentional. Your ideal clients read. Your ideal audience reads. If you find it in your heart, okay? Ain't nobody gonna read all that. You know why? You know why you don't want to do long form content? Because you don't want to think yourself. You don't want clients that's going to be committed. I told y'all, I have said this 1,017 times. Long form content brings people in that will be better at commitment. When you have short form content, you bring in attention deficiency. You bring people that cannot focus on a long-term basis. If they say that I can't read all that, that is not a person you want to put into a long-term container. I'm sorry. But some of y'all have got to stop shortchanging yourself because that's the reason why your clients don't stay. Y'all quiet. You want a longevity-based business, but you don't want to create content that brings in that. That's the reason why you can't have longer containers because you're scared. I just want 3 weeks. Why? You got to hustle every 3 weeks to get a client. You want retainers, but you don't want retainer-based content. Like, everybody's scared. That's because you're scared of actually running a company. Because I've told clients that the reason why y'all sticking to these little bitty, itty bitty, little short is because you're scared of the long term. Well, what if they don't pay? You run a business, boo. You, hello? Am I on? Did I leave? Did I lose y'all? Did y'all go to sleep? You can run your business the way you want to. Absolutely. I don't hustle for a living. See, this is where the masculine and the feminine, since y'all want to talk about this so bad, this is where the masculine comes in because masculine doesn't trust. Oof. That came. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's when you don't trust people, the audience that you are building. You're building the audience. You're building the audience that you want, but because you're scared that people are not going to stay, you're scared because what if I offend? Or what if they don't read all that? My audience just don't really, no, 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 no. I create my audience. I say what goes here. That's why I tell people, like, you can disagree, but don't be disrespectful over here. Because I got time today. See, this is why I work full time in my business. I don't have a part-time job working at Target and working at the mall and working at Walmart and all this kind of stuff. Working at I got time. I got time to go back and forth a little bit. And I ain't gonna go back and forth too much because that's energy. But over here in my storefront, in my domain, we're gonna have good conversations over here. We're gonna be inspired over here. You command the space of where you want your people to go. That's why I teach my clients in the matriarch. Like, this is it. You ain't coming over here to put your flag in my floor, in my ground. This is my domain. This is my kingdom. I'm renting out space from Mark Zuckerberg to run this town over here. And I'm renting it for free. So in exchange of renting it out for free, I'm producing long form content, doing live videos, doing reels to attract people to me. And in turn, I'm making Mark Zuckerberg, whatever it is for him, because those are advertising dollars and users and data points that he can sell to corporations, because that's what we do. That's what they do. All social media platforms behave the same. But you got to stop being nervous about people not committing. That's the masculine. When you don't trust your own audience, I mean, that don't make no sense. But you want people to be in your long-term containers. You got to build the audience that will commit to their own transformation. If they don't want to commit to their own transformation, they can leave. Or they can just listen and work on themselves. I don't know, but guess what? Your content is your first offer. Your content should make you feel like you're giving value to somebody, even if they don't pay, even if they never opt in, but you want it so good that they do opt in. The masculine grinds for the next person. The feminine trusts her audience because she's building her audience and making a home here. This is when we talk about building community, right? When I say that, building community is feminine. That's us. Women do very well with communities. And I've built communities over the years, and I know how to build very good communities. And women, we got to get better at trusting ourselves to build aligned communities, not silly communities, not drama communities, but aligned, intelligent communities. And you have to hold the authority of what you require out of yourself, because that's going to be conveyed to your audience for them to pick up and know who is this for and who is not for. Courtney said, my brain has been moving on this topic since waking up this morning. Now I feel like I've been wearing a costume this whole time. Now I'm ready to showcase who I'm really called to be. Yes, we all wore costumes. See, empathy? That's empathetic right there, because I was there. I just showed you exactly what I'm teaching right now. This is class. I'm teaching what I am actually doing in real time. Empathetic means, listen, I've been where you are. I've worn a costume before, and in so many ways, sometimes every level you're wearing a costume and you're taking one off and you probably putting another one on, or you're what is it called? Layering. And then self-actualization comes when you're in your authenticity at the most supreme level, where there's nothing outside of you that is making you feel off. Everything is making you feel secure. Y'all here? So let's dig in. We got to be authentic. Put that in the comment section. Be authentic, right? I know that word messes with some of y'all, because a lot of people say we tend to wear out authentic. That just means being true to yourself. I will say the same thing to you in your face that I would online. Some people can't do that. Some people can't look at you in your face in person and tell you some of these things. They can't. Be authentic, right? So what does that mean? How does this help you in your content structure and your content writing? So it builds credibility. You're building your own credibility, fostering genuine connections with your audience. Everybody on here, I see your name. You may not have bought anything from me. You may have never came to any of my classes. You may have never invested in my programs, but I know pretty much everybody on this comment section by name. Not to say just your name, but I can recognize you as being in my spaces regularly. You're not foreign. So if I'm authentic in my content, right? I don't have to be in a space where I'm catering to everybody because I'm not for everybody. And when I show up as that in my content, when I show up as that in my lives, when I show up as that in my what threads or TikToks or YouTube channel or whatever I'm posting, I don't have to be inauthentic, because when I'm inauthentic, when I'm not true to who I am, I'm 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 talking to everybody, and it's the wrong people that come to me, and then I'm mad at myself because I wasn't in my right standing. And the messaging is weak because I'm afraid of offending someone. Come on, y'all. Challenging thought patterns. That's number 2. So we got be authentic. Next thing is challenge thought patterns. Challenge. Put challenge in the comments. Challenge. My goodness. Woo! Challenge. Am I challenging people? You got to challenge your people. You got to encourage. This is in that same ballpark. So we're still on challenging thought patterns, right? So what is it? How does that help me in my content? How can that really just move me into? I'm encouraging critical thinking. Y'all know that's a very critical area. Critical thinking. And I need to position myself as a thought leader. It doesn't matter how many, well, Jay, I ain't got, I don't have degrees and I don't have, but you know how to read? Degrees ain't got jack to do with it. Do you know how to show people a process? Yeah, stop bringing up school and academics. I promise you, it ain't. I promise you. Thank you, Mark. Keita. Thank you, Marquita. Mm-mm. When I am not doing that, when I'm not challenging thought patterns, right? And I just come off and I'm just spewing and spiraling online, then it will come off as attacking. Then it will come off as hostility and volatile behavior. Then it comes off it's disgust. But if I'm making somebody sit and think about their life, I'm doing the work. I have to be rewarded spiritually and earthly when I challenge people to think about themselves and think about their path in life. You got to learn how to do that. Y'all got to stop being scared. Last but not least, clarity in target audience. Put in the comment section clarity, 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 clarity. Am I being clear? Am I being clear? Am I being clear? I don't know what to say. Clear. Clarity in your target audience. Are you being clear to your people? What do I want them to do? Are you speaking directly to the people that it resonates with? You know your content hits when probably the majority of people saying this is it right here. I always tell people, if my content is not being shared or my videos are not, people are not coming back to watch it because they need to watch it one more time, I'm not in it. Every time you jump on live, it's class. Well, I ain't, but I don't have. Are you running the show or not? Are you the CEO or not? Are you the CEO or not? Because some of y'all acting like you ain't. Some of y'all act like you can't lead. If you can't lead people, then you probably struggle with leading yourself. And it's going to take time. But you got to be consistent too. Y'all are not consistent. That's another thing. You'll go live and say, I apologize for not. Stop saying you apologize. Stop saying it. Stop apologizing. Folk ain't even noticed till you went on live. Do you know how many pieces of content are published every single day? People are not looking for you all the time. They looking for you if your content is good. If I skip a day, y'all gonna be in my inbox. If I skip 2 days, y'all are texting me, you emailing me, coach, I ain't seen no content. I was really looking for you today. Y'all will know when if something's off because that's how consistent I've been. That's because I built up an audience. Y'all got me? You want to be the first on timeline. There you go, Kyla. She said Facebook serves you up first to me now. Exactly. You become first on people's timeline or among the first 2 to 3, 4 posts. But you got to get good. You got to research. You got to become obsessed. I'm sorry. I know y'all don't like that word. Obsessed sounds very extra and crazy and insane or psychotic in so many ways. And I remember one of my good friends, sister friends said, Rosalie, she said that entrepreneurs are psychotic. She said, we're crazy. That's what everybody says. You got to become obsessed with what you do. I was up to 2:30 last night doing my email course. That's free. So it's in the caption. So get in there and make sure y'all confirm your email. There's a lot of y'all are not subscribed because you ain't. Y'all have got to subscribe. Confirm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So we got be authentic, challenge thought patterns. There you go. Thank you, Gabrielle. And clarity in target audience. And last but not least, we're going to use empathy and data. Use empathy and data. When you are bold in your content, when you are bold, when you're using data, when you're using evidence, when you're using proof, when you're using testimonials, when you are using social proof, you're presenting the opinions with backing because you already know that you live in a logic-based society that's rooted in emotion. Emotions move people, but logic makes people make a decision. It brings people to a choice. Choices, and then it brings them to a decision. Then on top of that, too, you want an ideal audience that's smart. Amen, somebody. That's why I tell people like my clients are all very intelligent women. I don't work with people that just can't think. And they got to whine and complain every 2 seconds. I don't do that. I don't do that. That's the reason why, like, when people come into my containers, they stay. Because I attract women that come in to something, they're smart. And they're surrounded by other smart women. And when intelligence meets intelligence, there's synergy, there's a healthy unification that happens. Partnerships start brewing, collaborations start to happen, community gets rich. Those types of movements, and this is what you really have to build, y'all. You got to build a movement in so many ways. You have to like commit to that. So with that being said, when we're now in the age of Aquarius in so many ways, right? So age of Aquarius, which is characterized, and I'm looking at my notes, they're characterized as a collective shift towards, check this out. The age of Aquarius, which is characterized by a collective shift toward greater authenticity, innovation, and challenging traditional norms. I am in the age. I am in the age. I'm in the right time. Some of y'all that's still struggling with what? You're struggling with authenticity. You're struggling with innovation. You're struggling with coming out of the norms that have held you back and being oppressed and and all these other things. Those you got to come out of that. You're in the old space, in the old age. We're not in Pisces anymore, where you were when you were known as just a Christian or you were known as just a Baptist. I'm just known as so and so daughter. I'm known as so and so. I go to this church and I work like this. No, my name is Jay. Being Jay is good enough. Now you got to be a Republican or a Democrat. Now you got to be a Green Party or Libertarian. You got to be, I'm Jay. This is the age of who I am. Woo! That's good. This is the age of who I am. The age of Aquarius symbolizes. So when you hear age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, what does that mean, Jay? What does that mean? The age of Aquarius symbolizes individuality. This is why you got a lot of people that's me. But I'm sorry. That's what it is. People will become lovers of themselves. Okay. Is that a bad thing to love myself now? And we know that there's different translations to that, right? Different perspectives. But why can't I love myself? Right? Here we go. Next thing, individuality, humanitarianism. Woo. If I am not moving humans along, not transhumanism, humanitarianism. Am I moving the humankind, the human person, the individual, mankind? Am I moving through? Thank you, Marquita. Am I moving people through and breaking away from conformity? Oh, y'all. Thank you, Spirit. I'm about to get off of here because I got to get ready to go. I got to have lunch with my sister friend. Conformity is the act of aligning one's beliefs, behaviors, and attitudes with those of a group. Groupthink, coming out of groupthink. They got to come out of that. Groupthink is the norm, like the complacency of it all. In these groups where women are saying, I don't want to work so hard. Pisces. I just, I want to be soft life and I don't, hard. I don't want to work hard. Pisces. And it's so funny because my daughter is an Aquarius. So I get to see the actual demonstration in person in my house. Breaking away from conformity. Jay, what is conformity? I got you. Don't worry about it. It's the act of aligning one's beliefs, behaviors, and attitudes with those of a group. It's essentially fitting in what is considered acceptable or expected by other people. Often to gain, here we go. This is where many of y'all mess up. Expected to gain social approval or avoid conflict. You don't like conflict. You don't like problems. You don't like problems. You don't like when people disagree with you. You don't like when people challenge you on your own content because people are going to feel some type of way. And I don't want to talk to them because they're going to make me feel, I don't know what to say to this person. You're grown. You're an adult. I don't know what to say. She was being so mean to me. What are we, 2? Get out of preschool. Social approval or avoid conflict. Conformity can happen consciously or unconsciously. Yes, I'm fussing. You got to get out of that trauma. Just because your mom yelled at you at 11 and just because your daddy forgot to pick you up that weekend, get out of that trauma. You're grown. You cannot hold that forever. Some of y'all in y'all 30s, 40s, and 50s still holding on to when you was 12. Come out of that. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. You ain't the only one. You trying to fit in. That's the quickest way to poverty. Fitting in. When you're trying so hard to conform, now there's societal order that comes with conformity, right? When people are in ignorance, which is bliss for many people, right? It maintains societal order. But what it will stifle is individuality, your creativity, and critical thinking. Because you're scared to ask questions. There was a TikToker that talked about the soft skills of the wealthy. And I completely agree with her. Because people who are meant to be wealthy or will be wealthy, these are people that ask questions. And they don't ask questions like, can you show me this? No, they ask questions with critical thought, process-driven questions. Can you show me the way? How da 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 da? And why should I do that? Like, I don't disagree with you, but I'm asking because I want to make sure that I'm on track and that I'm understanding correctly. They ask for clarity. And sometimes when you ask people questions, they'll think that, you being extra. Well, why you ask me all these questions? Well, I'm asking you questions for clarity. I need to know I need to make sure that I understand so that I'm not answering from a place of I'm being off in my answer. And my response is serving you. So my content needs to be able to provoke questions sometimes and provoke reactions. But when you just look and be like, oh, that was such a good, that's not moving people. It's not moving. And stop copying and pasting your content from ChatGPT. ChatGPT don't sound like you. I could tell a ChatGPT post from a mile away. I can tell you, I can spot it out. I can spot it because it don't sound nothing like you. It don't sound like anything you would say. Even if I don't know you, even if I never heard your voice. Y'all stop doing that. Ain't nothing wrong with using ChatGPT as a basis for your content, but that content should come from you. ChatGPT does not write my content. Anytime I post here on Facebook or post on LinkedIn or you ain't gonna get no content. I mean, no ChatGPT for me like that. I'm almost done. I'm about to be finished. I'm about to be done, honey. Aquarian energy. Here we go. Now this gonna cancel about some of y'all, about 50% of y'all out. Aquarian energy is detached from emotional reactions. in your messaging, in your content, you are encouraged to be strategic and forward thinking. Thank you, Marquita. And that's something that, and this is why I get on lives and talk often, because they can steal your content, but they can't steal your brand voice, your signature voice. Y'all got to find that. And your signature voice, you don't have to sound like your favorite content creator. It's your voice. It's you. But you have to stand in that power. We know when you're holding back. The detachment helps you to focus on that big picture, the big vision. Because some of y'all don't even have one. Now that's a whole nother life. You don't even have a vision. You don't even know what you want to do. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want in your clients. You don't know what you want in your audience. You just posting, and then you don't know the direction. If I tell you high achieving and high performing or whatever women, I'm not going to just go after anybody that's a human being. I'm going to be strategic in who I am letting into my spaces, who I am connecting with. And I've told people, if you want to build trust with your target audience, you're going to have to show your face. Can I just throw this out there? Let me just throw this out there. I lost 45 pounds this year. Actually, what is this? Month 9. It's been a year. 45 pounds. I've been struggling with my weight for probably 3 years, 3.5, 4 years. On and off. Like Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson's up and down too. I lost 45 pounds in all. Why am I mentioning that? Because some of us don't show up on camera because we're not confident in ourselves. We're not confident in the way we look. We're not confident in, presenting ourselves. But I did it anyway, even when I wasn't confident. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, even in my heaviest, I was not confident, but this was my job. Come on, somebody. When it's your job, when this is your career, being a business and leadership coach, this was not, I didn't have a choice. So even if I was showing up as myself, even in my lack of confidence, if you will, right? I still had to show up because Maddie don't care. Maddie, I'm not confident, so I'm not gonna. Well, Mama, we gotta eat. I mean, my baby don't care about my confident issues. She don't care about me struggling with my body confidence. She don't care about that. She gonna say, what we're gonna eat today. But you're gonna have to choose how you're going to put yourself out there. The reason why I go live is because as women, it's easy for us to go visible, especially when you're a teacher by nature. Some of y'all are teachers by nature. Show up. This is marketing. You're marketing. This is marketing, okay? You gotta stop trying to fit in. And that's the problem. That's a part of the problem. Is that nice girls never finish first. I'm gonna say that again. I ain't say kind. I said nice. Nice girls never finish first. And nice is pick me energy. I know y'all don't like that phrase either. Nice is pick me energy. You'll lower your prices. You'll offer deep, deep discounts. You'll be frivolous with your systems. You're not even showing up and saying to yourself, I'm going to just put it out there. Some of y'all been saying you're planning content for 3 weeks. It don't take long to plan content. It will take 3 or 4 hours at the most to plan content. And you got AI, so it's going to take even shorter than that. You're making up excuses because you're confused and you're scared that people are going to judge by the way you look and judge by where you are in your life. And nobody even cares. Nobody's even looking at that but you. You're the only one that's seeing it. I remember multi-million-dollar coaches that I've been following since like 2016, 2015. They used to do lives at their kitchen tables. They used to do lives in their cars. And some of them still do. You're the only one worried about it because you want this big setup. This right here, I didn't have all this. If you go and look at my content 4 years ago, I was in my parents' house. And then when I got displaced, I was in a hotel room doing lives, master classes, serving clients, trying to figure it out. I didn't stop because of my situation and my circumstances. My assignment is not contingent upon where I am in my life. Oh, y'all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Some of y'all are trying to do this work contingent upon where you feel like you are in your life, where you feel like you should be in your life. Oh, well, I'm living with my, so and so. Thank you, Marquita. I'm living with my auntie, or I'm not in the place where I want to be, and I haven't even decorated, and my car is down, and I just feel like no, 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 no. That is a part of the plan. That is a part of the journey. That is a part. I don't care if your bank account is negative $400. I do not care. You show up, because the day you show up, the day you create that content, the day that you move past the circumstances, because if you're in your divine oneship, daughtership, when you are in the realm of service, it don't matter where you at. That's a part of the plan, because you're going to be able to speak to that years in the future when you're going to have women that come to you and say the same thing. You were in the same spot. You're going to be able to tell them, I've been there. I've been there. I've walked that walk, but I still did it. Just like when I hear, like, and I'm bringing up her name to make a point, Nicki Minaj was talking about how she was used to sell mixtapes in her car. How Tyler Perry, used to sell tapes from his car of his play. Even though I ain't a fan of Tyler Perry like that, but I honor the journey. People going to auditions with their babies on their hips. And you mean to tell me just because you stand with your sister-in-law and you stand with your baby daddy that you can't stand, or you stand with your mom and them and all this other stuff, you feel like you can't show up because you feel like you got to be there? Nobody knows that but you. It's the power and the authority that you show up, because even from the within you, the money comes from within you. That's why I tell people the money is you. You are money. People pay you because of you. They don't pay you because of just what you offer. That's why coaching is one of the best ways to get people out there. Solopreneurs, your brand, your personal brand, your voice, whatever you do, even if you're a consultant, you show up and you teach. You show up in your authenticity. You show up challenging belief systems and ideas. Nobody cares about where you are in your life because nobody has to know that. The only way people are gonna know where you are is if you tell them. But you're ruining your witness because you're trying to appease to people. Well, I want to be transparent. That's not being transparent. That's approval. You are your own way out. You are the problem and the solution in the same body. God put it all in you. And everything that's going on with you can be solved by you because of the seeds that are already implanted in you. I remember Reverend Ike said this, and I get tickled every time he said it. He said that God has nothing else to give you. You looking for God to give you something else. You have everything that God has already given you. God has nothing else to give you. You got everything. Everything that is in you can also bring you out of the situation where if you got to where you are because of you, because of the decisions that you made per your belief system, you can also bring yourself out. You are your own solution. And many times it's your voice and your brain and your mind and your obsession with helping people to move further in your life that's actually going to solve your problem. It's already done. It's already in you. $12,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month is in you already. Nothing else has to be done but rewiring your brain to see the next step, to see the journey ahead of you. You got to be conscious as you're moving. That's why you got to work on your mindset every day. That's why you got to read every single day. That's why you got to listen to empowering messages every single day, because it's going to come a time where you ain't going to be able to do none of that. You need to be already there. Time's going to start dwindling because you are sitting on your gifts and talents when your gifts and talents can actually make room for you. But you got to stop holding back. Okay? That's all I got for you today. Join the Matriarch CEO Coaching Program. We have 2 spots open. You need to come on in. I got 3 months. If you want to start with us October 1st, you can start with me for 3 months at $3,300. 3 months. Come and get your offer. Come and get your coaching. Come and get Voxer coaching. Okay. All right. That's all I got for y'all. Coming to the Contrarian. That's the membership. We meet tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. All right. Y'all have a blessed rest of your Sunday and go plan. Go make some money. Bye.